my two-step.
Alright, so I've been busting my butt. It's been really hot. I got more seam sealer from the paint store today. A couple of other things. So anyways, it's just more scrubbing. I scrubbed up all of this stuff. It's not done. I got detail stuff to do in there. But the majority of it's off. Still got to do that back there. I did scrub that off down there. I still got to finish up in this door jamb and stuff, but I did scrub some of that off. I did scrub most of this off of the cowl panel. I think it's looking pretty dang good. I got a few places to have to sand up, like in here. All these little low spots, you know, I got to get in there and just sand them. I started in on the firewall, but it's really kind of hard to get into. So I'm going to have to probably get in there and wire wheel it and stuff. Man, all the dust and everything from scrubbing all this. I cut out the floor pan back here. I was looking at the floor pan, and I was looking at how the bracing underneath the pan goes. There's a box under this section here, probably to about here, and that's where the front seat rail mounts, and then right up in here is where the subframe bolts on that very back bolt, and then it's got room for all the transmission mount crossbar. But then this one back here, this panel, this cross brace has this one that's busted off of the rear mount, and that looks like it's like a bung on the back side, so I can probably cut that one off and then weld like a nut, like a grade 8 or something maybe. And then this one here. But see, this back here isn't the problem, it's low. But the problem is this part up here coming up, then I can't really mount the seats as low as I would like to just mount the stock rails on the Sentra seats. So, I don't know. I might toy with the idea of maybe cutting a section out on the, you know, as wide as the rails are on the Sentra seats, maybe cut a box out and sink just where the rail on the seat goes. I don't know. But then I think the tie bar that you pull up on to release the rails, I think would bang on all of this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. Would be nice to just drop that whole floor pan even, and then maybe make a different way to mount the rear of the subframe. I don't know. Probably too much complicated work that I really don't want to get into at this point. This is the rear torque box. All this stuff looks pretty solid up under here, and pretty clean. Just that one floorboard was messed up, you know. So it looks pretty good to me. I'll have to get in and clean a bunch of stuff. I scrubbed that off too. I scrubbed all this back here as well, and this is a big dent right where they have all these scratches this way. So I may work on that, try and bring it back out a little bit. It's not horrible, but it is there. So basically, it's just all the real pain in the butt areas right now. Getting back in around all of this stuff. And I'm thinking maybe softer wire brushes for the angle grinder maybe. To get into some of these tighter spots and in around. And then that might be able to clean that up better that way with the wire wheel. And then, you know, down in this groove here. And in all these areas, probably just be easier to get in with a wire wheel. But I don't think the knotted wire wheel is going to be flexible enough to get into those. And then I really chew up just the single stranded wire wheels when I use them like that. So I'll probably have to go to Harbor Freight and buy like 4 or 5 of them. And then I'll be able to clean up all this remainder of all this stuff and maybe get in on these edges and stuff, but I don't know how important that is. And this isn't too bad either over the speaker grill. I got quite a bit of that. You know, it's just little details left to clean up. And of course I got to get all this body sealer off of this edge like I did on the other side. You know, all that. It's this stuff is actually pretty soft, like tar almost. But yeah, get in there, clean all that body sealer off, clean up all the fine edges, you know, clean all this stuff up. And then I've got four tubes of the tan body sealer, because that looks like what they used from the factory was the tan body sealer. So I think what I'll do is I'll just try and get it to match kind of close to factory. But I think I want it to look a little better than factory, so I'll probably smooth it out really nice. Even the rust up underneath the door hinges isn't like horrible. Little bit of pitting going on, but not horrible. So this car is really in good shape rust wise. So I'm kind of really happy about that. You know, it's got some issues, like this back corner. You know, I fixed quite a bit of that up. It's nowhere near as bad as it was. But yeah, I think a wire wheel get in these areas back here a lot better too. So I'll go to Harbor Freight in the morning and I'll buy a bunch of wire wheels and I'll just get on that. And then I still got to get down underneath the very edges, get those cleaned up down here. I still got to clean up the door jamb. I still got to get the lower rockers on both sides. And then of course I still have that door, this door to work on, because it's still got a bunch of the paint and stuff on it, Bondo and whatnot. And then I got to clean up the insides of both doors and get them ready for paint. But at least if I get this stuff cleaned up, I can get the cowl painted, I can get the firewall painted, I can get the jambs in the trunk and everything. I can get all that stuff painted on the Camaro, on the main shell of it. If I can get the front subframe put back together. I didn't actually get to the control arms today, but I've got them in the van so I can work on them at home in the morning. Then if I can get them on the subframe, get everything in there, I think it'll look really good. And then get this thing back to being a roller so that I can push it out and then do some major cleanup in here on the floor and stuff. Because I'm not sure where I'm going to paint it. I don't think I'm going to paint it here. I got too much dirt and stuff in the air. I'd be better painting it out in the yard than in here, I think. You know? But I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to somebody about just getting it in the spray booth to spray the paint, because I have the paint, and if I've done all the major work, you know, maybe it won't cost me a whole lot for them to just spray it on or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make a PVC lean-to thing covered in plastic and stuff out in the yard. Make my own little bubble world or something. Do it out in the yard, or hell, maybe I'll just push it outside one day and just spray it out there. You know, get a hose, hook it up, just wet everything down on the ground. Just spray it out in the driveway. I don't know. But that's pretty much what's going on there. It's been a long, dirty day. I'm gonna go home and take a shower. I already ate because I grabbed some pizza on my way back from town, from the paint store. So, you know what? Just doing a little every day. Trying to get a long way. So, hit it again tomorrow. Have a good one.